Check out great deals throughout the store at Safeway. This week at Safeway, get mega packs of USDA Choice boneless beef chuck roast for $3.97 per pound with digital coupon, limit 2 packages. Plus, Hass avocados are 10 for $10 member price. And get Fuji apples for just 77 cents per pound with digital coupon. Also this week at Safeway, get selected varieties of Lucerne milk gallons for the member price of $3.99 each when you buy 2. Visit Safeway.com or head into your local store for more deals.
You know, this has been a real bumpy road, but I can see that January is finally coming to an end. And as it should, because I am ready to graduate. Something's got to go this year, and I think it is that damn day job. But I've said too much, because welcome to the J-Man Show here on
J360 Radio.
If you're a last-minute gift shopper, then Instacart is your holiday rescue app this season. No more tracking packages, no more trips to the post office, and no more Christmas gifts arriving in February. Instead, you can just download Instacart to order gifts like beauty, tech, and gourmet goods from local stores and get them delivered in as fast as 1 hour. Plus, right now, you'll get free delivery on your first 3 orders. This offer is valid for a limited time. $10 minimum per order. Additional terms apply. Must be 21 plus to purchase alcohol where available.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hey, what's going on, J360 Legion? Welcome to the J-Man Show. This is your host, J-Man, a.k.a. J, a.k.a. Capital J, a.k.a. the leader of J360 Productions. And I hope you are all doing well for yourselves. Here we are at episode 135. Ha ha! Yes, because we just couldn't stop at episode 134. Man, I'm telling you this, right? It feels good to be back on the airwaves again after disappearing on you all for a week. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Those blackout weeks, they're usually rare and very few, but they're essential to keep the business running because I don't know if some of y'all noticed this or not, but January is always our ahead and doing what I really love to do and satisfy all the people out there that want to see me succeed, which at the same time, yes, I'm glad for that. I'm glad that a lot of people have talked to me along the way, asked me about, like, how far am I going to go with this and how things are going to turn out. And I'm, like I said before, I'm not going to stop doing the J-Man Show unless I hit about 500 episodes or I'm dead. I'm just going to keep doing it, folks. I mean, like, I love it and there's no way to stop because there's a lot to talk about. And you see, I remember going back when I started this series, I was talking about a lot of the political things and a lot of the horrible stuff that goes on in our society and being aware of people who lie and people who just want to steal and, you know, just screw everything up, you know, because quite a lot of it, you know, some people sit there and think they're doing the right thing, but they do a lot of wrong and trying to do the quote right thing or the greater good. And then the talk in town is nothing but a bunch of static that doesn't really benefit you. And you see, I would always be there to call out people on it. And after a while, I got really, really tired of it. So I started going ahead and having my counter arguments. And I provide some pretty good ones, you know, unless it's like something that I really don't catch or it's something that somebody else probably covered. And you see, like yesterday on the mini bites when I was talking about, you know, how people were reacting to, well, you know, how people were mourning a legend and whereas mainstream media, for God knows what reason, was going about it wrong. Now, not all mainstream media is bad. Like if you got publications like Variety, Hollywood Reporter, USA Today, and NPR, and maybe, there's another one out there, not local based, but there's another one out there that's pretty on point with what they're trying to do. Or Snopes. Always, Snopes is a good source. But quite a lot of the other ones out there, they're just trying to make a quick buck, and they're doing it based off of your fears and your insecurities. So you got to be aware of exactly what you listen to on the daily. And if it's something that's really wrong, or there's a host out there you don't like, well, fortunately, you got millions and millions of different channels to switch over to. And while I'm going on that little moment here, I specifically tagged MSNBC to that. Hopefully they'll get a pretty good idea about the independent producers out here and might give us all a shot because, some of us, like I said before, it doesn't hurt to go ahead and work for these companies and see what they do, or at the same time, we still produce our own stuff. And it's just so sad that, people nowadays don't know what the truth is. And see, the thing about the truth, maybe what Jack Nicholson was saying was right, we can't handle it. And speaking of the fight for the truth, it's nice to see how this impeachment trial is going down, don't you think? I don't think anybody's going to get what they want out of this, though. Homeboy ain't getting removed out of office this way. I've said it off the mic, but I'm going to say it to you all right now. The best way to get rid of somebody like Trump is to utilize all of this time and this energy and money, because it all comes down to money. Focus on the election. Who you got at the forerunning of the election here? Who's going to be the opposition, if you will? You got Bloomberg in there, but still, has nobody been paying attention to that lately? I mean, he's already impeached, but as far as removed from office, I mean, do you really want a Pence presidency right now? Because, he don't say too much. That guy is scary quiet. And for those of you that are probably laughing and thinking that, no, think about it now. Because it's like that over at my day job. There's the one manager that talks a lot, but then there's that other manager. Don't say anything. Real quiet. Peeking over stuff. Trying to do asset protection, but in a way that alienates and annoys not just the customers, but the people who work there the most. Because he has no people skills and think that everything revolves around his fat ass. Yeah. And if he ever listens to this show, hi Chris, you bastard. You see, folks, it's okay for me to say that because in order for a new journey to begin, the old journey has to end. And I see it right off the bat where my days of being at that day job are numbered, and I see the writing on the wall, and I'm totally okay with it. I can't wait to be gone. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm still going to be fighting a good fight, talking a lot of crap while I get there. And, of course, telling the truth and pointing out all the insecurities and lies of the people who work there, because unless it's those that I'm cool with, you know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with a lot of people in there. So if any of y'all listen to this show right now, you have nothing to worry about. But administrators, you see, me and administrators, even when I was a kid, we never really saw eye to eye, because I always had that strong counter argument, and they had their whole idea of my way is the right way. Get out of the way. And we reenact Newton's third law all the time, because I'm going to cancel you out, and you'll probably try to cancel me out, and ain't nobody going nowhere. And the best part about that is that, you know what? I love to fight. So I'm going to be there always saying what I need to say. You see what I'm saying? And it's just so sad that, sometimes trouble just follows you. But you see, I know how to handle it. And speaking of which, the only ones that can't handle it are the ones that are so scared of everything. And also, I've seen that a lot with some of those team leads that are in my job place too. They're so comfortable where they are and packing on the pounds and everything. They're sitting there saying a whole lot of stuff and making changes that benefit absolutely no one. Now, I'll never understand why retail tries to make it seem like the people there are not the best resource. But they do, If you ever want to feel like a number, man, just listen to the way the company is that you work for. And quite a lot of y'all know this. But if you know that you're more than that, and if you know that how you do a job is not hurting anyone, and it's not exactly illegal, and then you're still upholding company standards while at the same time presenting a good message because everybody speaks frank. Not everybody is 100% by the book unless it's somebody that really, really has no life. You look at retail and it's like, wow, you guys really like to break people down and make it seem like they don't have no choices or anything else like that. Now, you want to say the perks are nice, but you still want to break them down and treat them like they don't matter. See, even when I started working, I've always valued myself. Always took pride in who I am. And, like if you didn't say my name right, I would snap you down and tell you, hey, say my name right. And yes, J is short for something, and good luck trying to figure out what it is. But the thing is, I would tell you direct about it. Nowadays, you got some people, they won't even say anything if there's something wrong or something that isn't right. They go, oh, well, that's just mean for me to take it out of my company like that. That's not okay. Yeah, I would do. I respect you guys, even though you're not respecting me. That's BS. Here's the thing. Even for those of y'all that are afraid to use your voice, have your voice or anything, speak up. Say what you need to say. I know anxiety can be a real pain in the ass sometimes, but you got to check anxiety and you got to use the energy and anxiety to go ahead and push yourself forward. Even if you're by yourself, even if they laugh at you, whatever. You already know what your standard is. And see, people like my would-be supervisor and the manager and all that kind of stuff, I always let them know. Because at the end of the day, they're now in there pointing at cameras around the store as a way of trying to intimidate me. And I'm like, nothing's going to intimidate me. This is just a go-nowhere, stupid day job. And unfortunately, fortunately for me, and I hope fortunately for anybody else in there, everybody has options. Everybody has goals. Everybody has a place they want to be. And there's a place out there that's beneficial for them. And if it's not there in existence, they will take the time to build it. And you see, as they go about doing this stuff, those people that are in a company like that and got those ranks and sitting there all comfortable and stuff, they're scared of that. They'll tell you about how hard it is and all, do whatever they can to shake you up and make it seem like you can't move on anywhere, which is stupid. And then they wonder why you leave after you get tired of being abused, because the relationship is not right. Things have to change. And you see, with me, myself, and this is 2020, I've been real with myself for a lot of things. And I knew that there was going to be some transformations of many kinds. Like at the end of 2019, I had to get rid of a bunch of toxic people in J360. I had to get rid of certain things that weren't helping me anymore. I had to push myself to that limit. And I have to remember why the hell I started this company. Because, much like anything else in society, people try to say I couldn't do it. People try to say, like, that's great. Are you really going to do that here? I can do it anywhere. With the way the digital revolution has happened and how we all are content creators and we're able to make money doing what we do, which, by the way, I'm sorry for the ads, but at the same time, old J-Man need a little bit of extra money to go with his main flow of money. That's just the way the business goes, y'all. But the thing is, they try to say I couldn't do it. And while I haven't gone as far as I needed to in those days, I still had a lot of guile and a lot of passion. And I still had ways of making things work out. At one time, it wasn't even me at Wilmington University. It was me in a book and a tape camcorder and a tape recorder. That's what it was. And sure, I could run them off and I could transfer them, and it would take me a lot of time. And then there were parts where, I had it on stereo, but the computer, for some reason, wanted it in mono, which gave me extra work. I still found a way to make it work. And I had some people there that wanted to work with me, but you see, the thing is, they were scared of taking those steps to try to be content creators. Some would even quit on the day of the premiere. Wasn't even trying. And I meet a lot of people like that. Oh, yeah, sure, you're all for it till it's time to execute. And then, oh, yeah, we're going to run away. We're going to quit. We're going to be scared. It's like, okay, I don't need you. And then I meet a lot of other people. And I had an instructor at one of my earlier colleges I went to. It was like a community college, once again, before Wilmington University, where I really found a home. You know, I went to the community school. The instructor there was a total bitch. I mean, she didn't care about my work. And then she kept trying to throw a lot of my stuff out. Like, none of my stuff would be made for publication because she didn't like it. Or I talked about J360, the beginnings of it. And then she was like, oh, well, you know, everybody has a blah, blah, blah. I was like, the hell with everybody, lady. I'm telling you about my stuff. I'm talking about my stuff because nobody else will. I had my mother at one time. She ain't believing it much. Hell, to be perfectly honest with you, my mother is a strong reason why at times I had a lot of problems with women. She'll never forget it, and I will never let her forget it. But it's like this. You see, and that's what negligence of, but that's a whole different story. But the thing is, though, dealing with somebody like that and then having to come home because I was 19 at the time, dealing with my mom, you know, it was tough. But I believed in it so much that I wrote everything down. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to write everything down. I'm going to go ahead and get the equipment I need. And I'm going to make my production company happen. Because honestly, why should I even try to work for a suit when I could be the suit? When I could be the person that actually could run his media corporation, have it grow into something big, and produce content that entertains and informs people, while at the same time, you know, making a hefty little profit for other independent creators out there. And also providing jobs. You know? Nobody said I couldn't, and I knew it would never be easy. But at the same time, I get tired of people like that out there that say you can't do it because, you know what? In their mind, they couldn't do it. It didn't work out for them. So it's not going to work out for you. So at the end of the day, when somebody comes up and talks about white privilege all the time, like they get to do whatever they want to do and all that kind of stuff, yeah, you might have a point, but here's the thing. Skin color has nothing to do with aptitude. And I do respect my race. But at the same time, if I don't try, here's the problem what happens if you don't try for something, folks, especially if you're a minority. If you don't try or if you don't do for anything that you are willing and wish to do, well, you just insulted pretty much the civil rights movement. You insulted anybody that worked their ass off and died to make it possible for you to have that run. And you see, Tyler Perry hasn't done too much for me, but I respect the man for getting his business together because he used to live in his car. Though at the same time, when I look at his films, I see like a lot of stereotypical stuff. I see like the same old cut and paste copy formats and things. But at the end of the day, I can't entirely knock him on his success because he made it, you know. The same thing with Spike Lee. He made it too. John Singleton, who is no longer with us. Another legend that passed away. Though it wasn't on the same level as Kobe or whatnot, but you got to understand, he was still a legend in the industry. And what do you think is going to happen when Tom Joyner passes away? The list goes on and on. Or even Roland Martin to a point. Though a lot of people don't really talk about him. And then you got J. Anthony Brown. You got quite a lot of titans out there in this industry that I love. And people are not going to give me a shot. Oh, I don't think so. That's why I don't wait on society. That's why I don't listen to other people. And that's why I love my mother to death, but I don't agree with everything she does. And and years ago, and if she ever hears this, sorry, mama, but you pissed me off a lot of times growing up. And it's something that she's going to have to deal with because I've already made my peace with it. I built a whole damn radio station under her nose. I did what I had to do. For my sake. For my happiness. Because guess what, folks? I'm not average. I'm not ordinary. A lot of y'all are not average or ordinary either. So don't try to be. Get out there and do something. Make it happen. Like when you get that little bit of money in there, budget and factor it on how much of it you can get on a return on interest, but use that interest to push your passion a little bit and be serious about your passion. Now, don't just do something because it's an S and giggles kind of thing, or you figure that it's a joke and all that other stuff. And your friends, oh yeah, your friends are really good because, you see, make sure it's the friends that want to work. You know, make sure it's those that actually believe and are willing to push for it. Because I done it with my friends and no work has gotten done. So I had to break that up. Then I had a second group of friends that actually had the work ethic a little bit, but not there. So I had to break it up. Then I also had that one friend, quote, one friend. Well, not actually. I should say, yeah. I had that one friend, had free reign on the sports show, didn't do what I asked him to do, and then when it came time to tell the truth, try to lie and buffer his way out of there. Not only that, but bring in his own friends as a way of trying to have leverage. And I said, hell no to that. And keep in mind, folks, J-Man's kind of a one-man army. When I need to be, yeah. Shoot. Kind of like Wolverine taking on the Hellfire Club in that one comic book. I mean, at the end of the day, sure, like he lost in the end, but he was really whooping that ass in the beginning. And I was kind of like that. When I need to be. And you gotta be, because you're fighting really hard for something you believed in. And to this day, nobody can tell me anything. Not even that old instructor back at that community college. Because you know what? When I went to Wilmington University, and I managed to get a lot more techniques to go with my raw talent, and I met so many wonderful people and a lot of great instructors over there that pretty much were like, to the point where I didn't even need to think about that person anymore. But I'll always remember my doubters. Because they're the ones that, you know, if it wasn't for them, J360 Productions probably wouldn't be floating around. I probably wouldn't be trying to, you know, be a mundane person and just stick out and do what I got to do. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, you can say a lot about me, but I've made a lot of significant changes. And I'm sure a lot of you out there have made significant changes too, because there's always one a-hole out there that thinks they know everything and sit out there and exclaim that, you know, yeah, you know, you're on that level. We'll never be on that. You know, how you gonna do on it? How you gonna be? Because you're gonna sit and you're gonna watch, and I'm gonna show you, and you'll get no part of it. But hey, keep in mind this, you might work for me someday, and then you're going to feel every pinch of it. Because you know what? Karma. And that's just how it goes. But there's going to be a day, right? I look at that day job, and I listen to some of these quote changes that they're trying to make, even though they're running themselves ragged. And I always think this, it's like, you know what? Future's big and bright. Ascension's coming. I'm not looking back. I'm not paying attention to anybody. And those that even try to mock or doubt me, well, they'll probably be buying stuff from the J360 shop because that's just how it goes. Or ask me if I'm hiring. So, and then we'll see what happens, because the shoe's on the other foot then. And at the same time, I probably won't even remember the names. But I'll remember a face. I'll remember a mocking face turning into a sad face, and a face that'll beg and ask me, hey, can I work for you? And I truly won at that point. So, thing is, if it's something that you really believe in, and if you're passionate about it, and if you're all on your journey, whether it's weight loss, whether it's creating a comic, or whether it's going ahead and making the next big franchise, or whatever you really want to do, and how you love to go about it, don't listen to everybody around you sometimes. You got to really think about that stuff on the inside. Keep a journal for yourself. Really get to where you need to be. And you'll probably meet people that are in it for the same thing you are. And at the same time, I'm not saying distrust people, but at the same time, open up a lot. And don't be ashamed to admit to yourself of what you've done. You know? Because sometimes you have to really take a good look and see what's around you. But you have to grow too, in addition to everything else. And you see, I don't see myself staying at the bottom of things. Because I don't need to be there. and neither do you. Which is why I'm going to open the gates a little bit. You see, the J-Man Show has always been about what I go through. It's always been kind of a solo act, if you will. Even though the first episode I tried to have a co-host on air. The Cyclone is a team-based activity. But so is another show. And it's called J360 Radio Live. And I'm working on reviving that. And this time it's going to be not just me, but another person in J360, and also open to every content creator out there on the interwebs. Any of you out there, from podcasting, cosplaying, designing, graphics work, artists, comic artists, writers, whatever. Actors, even if you're union, come on in, talk to us for an hour or so, and just have a good time. Because that is happening this year. 2020, it's all about working as a group, in a community, and a team. And that's what it's all about. And here's the beautiful part, guys. Some of y'all don't even have to watch your mouths. It's uncut. and it's going to happen around in mid-March. Now, I might not cuss as much as some of y'all do, but you see, the thing is, I didn't say y'all couldn't. It's going to be a wild party, and we're going to have so much fun doing it. It's going to be a bi-weekly presentation at first, but if things grow well, and depending on how many guests we get in this year, it might be a weekly thing. And I'll tell you all about it. And actually, I'm telling you all about it right now. And if you are interested, well, email me, j360productions@outlook.com. Talk to me about adding you on Skype. Or you can also drop a line at the hotline, which is 240-903-1634. Leave a couple of voicemails, because we're still working on the issues with that. But those of you that leave voicemails, though, I'll play them on the web. Yep, I got it all figured out here. And like I said, everything's within reach. And another thing, I'm glad January's coming to an end, because May is within reach. And when May hits, man, I get my degree, and I get plenty of time, and I get to go the hell away. But for those of you that are really interested, though, like I said, email me. And if you want to start doing some Q&As, because I got another segment that I'm going to be doing for some of the J360 radio shows. It's called Ask J-Man. So, any sort of questions you got, just send them on the email, and I'll do whatever I can in my way of doing things to answer them. And that applies to all three J360 4, I should say. Because the Cyclone reboot is going to be a lot different. So, you guys just ask me that stuff. I'll probably do that on some of the J360 TV things, which, by the way, that's coming along well. As soon as I go ahead and I start up the first series for that, that's when you all will get connections to the channel. So, as for right now, though, everything's getting tied up and future's big and bright. I hope you all are doing the same thing for yourselves, because life's too short, y'all. And at the same time, not all ideas are bad, and not all ideas are good, but all ideas are welcome. And you should remember that for yourselves. Because, hey, if we don't do it, somebody else will. And you see, those jobs that you work in right now, whether it's a Walmart, a McDonald's, or Subway, or even an office, that stuff was based off of somebody's idea. Don't you think it's time you took a little investment into your idea? And that's about it, guys. Till then, this is the J-Man signing off. We'll be back with another episode next week around the same time. And oh my God, I just realized I was on my own time slot for Wednesday. See? Things are coming up. But until then, though, this is the J-Man signing off. You all take it easy. Peace.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.